All right.
Just for the court's edification outside the record, I got the e-discovery and there was video of my
Okay.
funeral.
Oh, I just found it in thank you. All right, we're back on the record in 2023 CR 7388, State of Texas versus Elliot Vea. State, any more evidence you wish to present?
Yes, Your Honor. We'd like to supplement State's Exhibit 1 with that additional police report, Your Honor.
No objection.
All right. I know previously the previous judge stated there was sufficient evidence to find you guilty. And after reading State's Exhibits 1 and attachments with the supplement, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. And the court has accepted into evidence without objection the supplemental to the stipulations. Is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, we have plea bargain for deferred adjudication. He is responsible.
Everyone, please whisper. If you cannot whisper, then you cannot talk while we're on the record.
He's responsible for a young son and he wants to turn his life around. So I asked the court to give him this one last chance. 6 years of deferred adjudication.
All right, so here's my question for you. Why are you stealing?
Money for my son.
No, your son doesn't wear cologne. Does your son wear cologne?
No, Your Honor.
How old is your son?
7 years old.
He's 7 years old. He's not wearing Versace cologne. So why are you stealing?
I was selling the stuff for money. It was stupid.
So why not just get a job? People always say there are no jobs available. They are, but there are just some jobs that people think are too good for them. Like I always pass by, I see job applications for Bill Miller's, McDonald's, and McDonald's, I think they're paying $20 an hour. I know some people say, well, I'm not flipping burgers for $20 an hour. But you know what? Guess what? In order for this society and any society to run well, everybody has to be able to do something.
Sure.
You need some people to bring in the crops. I think people are learning that. You need somebody to be maintenance. You need somebody to clean up. You need somebody to change the bedding at the hotels. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
But sometimes people think they're too good for that. So why do you think you're too good to work?
I don't. I was working at Toyota. I don't know. I don't know what happened, honestly.
No, yeah, you do know what happened. If you were working at Toyota, why were you no longer working at Toyota?
Transportation.
No, because there's Via Bus. So why were you no longer working at Toyota?
Out in the country where I'm in Poteet.
Mhm.
Via doesn't go out there.
Mm-hmm. And nobody else in Poteet works at Toyota.
Not where I was at.
I find that very suspicious.
Well, I'm sure there's other people that work there, but I didn't know anybody that did at the time.
Yeah, I still don't understand that. If you have a great job, so you're telling me if I have a job and let's say my job pays $60 an hour and I'm working there, I have a child and I'm just going to say, well, I can't get to work anymore, so I'm just quitting. That doesn't make sense to me because you find a way to get to work. You either take an Uber, because I know Toyota pays well. You take an Uber to wherever the Via bus stop is, and then you take Via into your work. So that doesn't ring true to me. So again, why are you stealing? And you were stealing with other people. So all of you all got together and say, hey, neither one of us have a job and we need to support our children. So let's go to Nordstrom's rack and steal. I don't even understand going to Nordstrom's to steal. So we're back to why.
It was stupid. It was just to make money.
And how old are you?
28, 29.
So you're 28 years old and you're going to have a felony because you wanted to take some cologne.
It was a mistake.
No, it wasn't a mistake. You know what a mistake is? Let me tell you the definition of mistake. Let's say my mom didn't call me, but my mom calls me every day. So she would have called me and told me what the weather is. So let's say she calls me and she says, Stephanie, it's going to rain in San Antonio. Even though she doesn't live in this state, she always keeps her eye on the weather. And I'm like, okay. And then she calls me before I'm leaving. Don't forget your umbrella. I come to court. I have a black umbrella. I sit down next to somebody else who also has a black umbrella. I see people coming in, they're wet. I pick up the umbrella after I finish my business and I leave. And when I open up the umbrella, I don't see my initials. I took the wrong umbrella. That's a mistake. You made a choice. And let me give you an example of a choice. My mom doesn't call me and tell me it's not going to rain. It's looking cloudy, but I'm like, it's not going to rain. It's San Antonio. And if it does start raining, it'll stop fairly quickly. I come to court. I see people drenched because it's storming, raining. The person next to me has an umbrella. I don't have mine. I know it's raining. So you know what I do? I take their umbrella. That's not a mistake. I knew I didn't bring my umbrella, but hey, I don't want to get wet. You understand? So don't tell me you made a mistake. You made choices. Do you understand? Now, who do you live with?
My mother.
And who else?
My mother, her husband, my little sister.
All right. So you're not really taking care of your child. When's the last time you saw your child before being taken into custody?
Like a month prior.
All right. Does anybody have the October 9th? Was a PSI done on this?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you.
You got it?
I have it. Thank you. So they're asking for residential treatment. They say you have a alcohol problem, and it appears that you do.
No, man, the last time I drank was New Year's of last year. It's not a problem at all. And it's not even drinking. They get drunk. It was just on New Year's. That was the last time.
All right. Well, they're asking for you for residential treatment. I don't know why they're asking for residential treatment, because it says you started drinking alcohol at 23 and you do 2 to 3 liquor shots 2 times a year. That to me
2 times a year?
does not, that's what it says, 2 times a year.
You know, when I did the PSI, it was when she asked me, I told her on New Year's and on Christmas.
All right. I think it's more than that, but you're saying you don't need inpatient treatment. We're going to start you out with outpatient treatment. Court is going to sentence you to 6 years deferred adjudication, intensive outpatient treatment with probation, 100 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to require parenting classes. Once he completes parenting classes, the 100 hours of community service will be deemed satisfied. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular UAs. Make sure. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. And once he's
Except for his child?
no, once he started doing parenting classes, then you can come back and I'll probably lift that. But he has a alcohol problem according to them, and he's going around, and this is not, according to the police report I read, this is not the only location where they've been committing thefts.
You understand? You can't
There's to be
blame the child.
field visits 1 time per month for 4 months. And then at probation's discretion. They would also probably ask for a theft course. Here's my theft course. Don't steal. Don't take what doesn't belong to you. Do you need a course for somebody to tell you that?
Yeah.
All right. And we'll do the MRT. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Yes, 90 and 90 days. So you'll have to do sober meetings each day. You can do those online. You can do those in person. They're all over the state of Texas, and I'm sure there are some in Poteet. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is there anything else, probation?
You have any questions?
All right. Is there anything that you need from the court to be successful?
No, I got it.
All right. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
We can go off the record. You need to be making your son proud of you.
Yes,
All
Your Honor.
right, so do better.
All right.
And this court, in order to be successful on probation, communication is key. If you feel like probation is not addressing something, you can always come back to the court, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
The probation officer will talk to you. No excuses. Thank you. Thank you, Judge. May I
Oh,
be excused?
yes, thank you. Always good seeing you. 2023 CR 8380, State of Texas versus Victor Mesa. I'll walk you through it. Could I-
Honor Joey Nelson for the state judge.
For the defense.
Alma Benavides.
And are you Mr. Mesa?
Yes.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery? Did you review that with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram? That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, we're just asking the court to follow the plea bargain agreement. My client is 49 years old and he is currently employed. He does remodeling and plumbing. He works under a subcontractor and he is working full time. And so we're asking the court to grant his application.
All right. Mr. Mesa, when you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Just marijuana, Your Honor.
All right, no methamphetamine or anything?
No, ma'am.
When's the last time you used meth?
That's just it. I don't use it, ma'am. I don't.
Well,
use
why is there meth in your wallet?
it. I cleaned out my niece's car and I think I put in there. It's been like,
Who cleans out? Wait a
it's
minute.
because I took it out of the impound yard. She had lost it to the impound yard and I took it out and I was cleaning out the car. And I
Okay, let me just
discovered-
tell you why that doesn't ring true to me. I don't know anybody who cleans out somebody's vehicle. I can understand, oh, I'm cleaning out my sister's vehicle. I don't have a sister, but I can understand. Or I'm cleaning out a relative's vehicle. Oh, this is a social security card. Let me put it in my wallet for safekeeping or in my purse.
I understand. Your Honor.
But I don't clean out a vehicle of a relative and I see meth and I'm like, oh, let me put this meth in my wallet for safekeeping. Who does that?
Actually, I put in there to present to my brother-in-law, Your Honor, but that's the truth.
We're going to do a drug test today before I send it to you today. Are you prepared to go today or you need water?
No, ma'am, I can go today.
Okay. All right. We're going to do a UA and then we will come back.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
We're back on the record in 2023. Do you need this for them to do their plea? We're back on the record in 2023, CR 8380, State of Texas versus Victor Mesa. All right, Mr. Mesa, you're positive for something other than marijuana. Why?
I only take Sudafed and Tylenol because of my sinus and because of my pins and my screws in my foot. That's it, ma'am. I don't see how that's possible. And
Yeah.
I can do it every day this week. And y'all, I mean, if I have to stop taking my medication, I'll stop doing that. But
Mhm.
I really do it because of my surgery on my foot.
Mhm.
Was that not missing? Because
All right,
my drug is supposed to be cocaine.
this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to a $500 fine. That will be probated. And you stated you didn't have children, correct?
Ma'am,
Do you have children?
yes, ma'am.
How many?
2,
What are their ages?
26 and 21.
And who do you live with?
My mother,
Why are you living with your mom?
she needs help with the kids. She adopted my niece's kids.
And how old are they?
They're 10 and 5. I mean, 10 and 15.
All right, she doesn't need help with the children if you're using marijuana
Yes, ma'am.
and you're positive for marijuana. When's the last time you used?
2 days ago.
Why are you using drugs and you know you have to come to court?
Ma'am, that's something that I've been doing for a long time, and I was honest before about it. You know, I don't lie about
Well,
it.
I know you've been doing it for a long time because when they pulled you over, they said you were eating it.
I wasn't eating it. I don't know how.
Well, they
that-
said your teeth were green and you had marijuana leaf in your mouth.
I had told the officer I just came from my house. I was going back to work. I just ate, but I mean, I'm not gonna
Marijuana,
dispute-
according to
No,
them.
ma'am.
All right, court is going to sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 4 years. $57 restitution for drug testing. 150 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to require parenting classes. And probation, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to go out to that house and check on the children who are in his mother's care. So it'll be field visits 1 time per month until further notice. Children don't want to be around people who smell of marijuana. It messes with their brains. Doesn't help their brain develop. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And don't be bringing marijuana into your mother's home.
Yes, ma'am.
And don't be driving her around with marijuana in a car with the children in the car, because they don't need to be smelling marijuana. It stinks. Field visits 1 time per month. 150 hours community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes for him. If he completes that, then the 150 hours will be waived. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. I'm going to want him with the UA hotline. Test him for levels. Those levels had better start going down. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
There's going to be 90 sober meetings in 90 days. TAP evaluation, follow TAP recommendations, but I'm sure they're going to recommend intensive outpatient treatment. So let's start with intensive outpatient treatment before inpatient. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, ma'am.
Going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Also, because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. You're going to go off the record. Don't be bringing nonsense to your mom's house, because she's letting you, a grown man, live at her house. Understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck.
Thank you,
ma'am.
Judge. May we
You're
be
welcome.
excused?
Yes, probation will go over conditions.